YouTube? What's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with some news regarding the ownership sale. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, breaking news of some sort: the Washington Commanders sale is unlikely to happen this week. Now, this was a huge week for the Washington Commanders sale because it was reports coming out that this could be the time period. This should be the time period where the sale could be finalized, because it is the league, the owners' league meetings or whatever is happening right now. And this was a specific time period where the Washington Commanders sale could have been announced. And to hear this is a little bit discouraging. But let's read as to why the sale is not happening this week. So this is an article that was put out by Tyler Conway on Twitter. So it says this: is Dan Snyder reigns as Washington's owner appears as if it will continue into at least April. John Keim of ESPN reports Snyder is not expected to finalize a sale of the franchise during this week's owners meeting. Long one of the most revealed owners in professional sports, Snyder announced he was considering selling the Commanders in November. The announcement came amid pressure from fans and the other owners after the Commanders were the subject of a congressional hearing related to years of workplace misconduct that took place under Snyder's. Further probing by the Congress led to allegations of financial impropriety as well. In December, the House Oversight Committee released a 79-page document that condemned the team's toxic workplace and culture built under Snyder's leadership. Snyder has refused to meet with NFL investigators at the league as the league conducts its second investigation into the Commanders. The NFL fined the Commanders of $10 million in 2021 after a previous investigation into the franchise workplace culture. Snyder announced following the investigation that he was stepping away from day-to-day activities with the franchise and turned the operations over to his wife, Tanya. Mark Mask, Nikki Giavala, and Liz Clark of the Washington Post reported Snyder potential exit from the league has also been highly contentious. He's reportedly refused to engage Amazon's founder Jeff Bezos and tells talks over a long-standing feud related to the Washington Post coverage of Snyder's and the Commanders. The Commanders released a statement denying those reports, but Snyder has also reportedly asked for the legal indemnity against any future potential lawsuits or financial issues that could arise from after he sells the team. As we know, Dan Van Natta Jr. of ESPN reported Snyder allegedly used the Commanders as his own personal piggy bank and took out a $55 million credit line without the approval of the minority owners. Several bidders have been engaged in talks to buy the Commanders, but the last one, or the nastiness rather, of Snyder's exit of the potential league ramifications are likely causing a delay. That's the article. And shout out to the person that wrote this article, because it pretty much summed up everything regarding the ownership sale and why it's even in the position that it was in the first place, why he's even having to be forced to sell. As we know, Dan Snyder, $55 million credit loan he took out without any approval from the minority owners. We know that they were trying to conduct a second investigation. Dan Snyder just denied it. So it's a lot that's going on, and this is no surprise to nobody. It shouldn't be, at least, because we knew this wasn't going to end smoothly. Nothing under Dan Snyder since taking over this team has been smooth. Nothing at all. This guy is going to try to fight his way out of this situation until he can anymore. All right. He's literally trying to have the NFL make an agreement that if he sells slash when he sells this team, just leave him alone. Don't they're trying to make an agreement that if he sells this team, he no other lawsuits can happen further post selling. And obviously the NFL is sitting here like, no, because it has nothing to do with us anymore after you sell the team. That you got to deal with that because you're the one that did it. And Dan Snyder is trying to make an agreement that that can't happen. That's one. Two, as we know, Dan Snyder has somewhat like shied away from selling the team to Jeff Bezos, but it came out a little bit later, like a couple weeks ago, that he actually had no problem selling to Jeff Bezos. We don't know how true those reports are, but it came from a trusted source, so I feel like it has some type of validity to it. And then Dan Snyder. There was another part of the article where it said Dan Snyder potential exit from the league has also been highly contagious as he reportedly refuses the Amazon to sell the Amazon Jeff Bezos and the let's see, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it here? Snyder announced that he was considering selling the team in the Commanders in November. The announcement came aimed pressure from fans and other owners after the Commanders were subject of a congressional hearing related to years of workplace misconduct and financial impropriety. So here's the thing, right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I want to go at with this video is we already know years of Dan Snyder's workplace misconduct back when Larry Michael was here, the voice of the Washington then Redskins, Bruce Allen, all these guys. We already knew that was happening, and we already said we saw the what was it a 30 for 30 on it or something like that, or some type of documentary on ESPN about it. We already knew about that, but obviously that wasn't enough to get Dan Snyder to sell the team. The financial impropriety is what is going to get him to sell this team. That's what's making him feel pressure to sell this team because now once you start messing with the NFL's money, other owners have issues with that. That's why he's now at the point he's at. Years of possible sexual misconduct and all that was going on. But other owners is like, we probably got something going on too. We don't want that to get, busted open. We don't want that none of our dark secrets getting spilled. So we're not going to say anything. We're going to back up Dan, or we're just going to leave it alone. But then once you start messing with another billionaire's money, then that's when they got a problem, right? So that's the position that he's in currently. Now let's continue to see here. Let's see what else other part of the article that I want to read you guys here again. As it says, Snyder has refused to meet with the NFL investigations at the league meetings, conducting a second investigation, as I just spoke on. It said the Commanders. The NFL fined the Commanders $10 million in 2021. And it says Snyder allegedly used the Commanders as his own personal piggy bank, as we already had mentioned. Now, let's shift gears before we come back here to this part of the article. There was a report that was posted that a former Duke basketball player, I don't know how true this is, but it says that the Commanders, a former Duke basketball players, this is per the Junkies. I don't know how reliable the Junkies are. You guys know I'm not the biggest fans of the Junkies, but we're still going to report it here. It says Junkies just said from Duke basketball star Brian Davis is offering $7 billion for the Commanders. That will be the last mystery bidder expected out there. This is why the sale is dragging on, because new money is coming at the end. So that could be another reason why the sale isn't happening this week, is because there are now more bidders trying to come in at the last minute. Now, I don't know anything about Brian Davis. I don't know what he does. Let's actually quickly look Brian Davis up to see if he even has the money to buy the sale. I don't even know who he is. So Brian Davis, American basketball player. Let's see what he does. Okay. Apparently he's a guy that wants to buy the Washington Commanders, and he has $7 billion. And then obviously, could Jeff Bezos be another guy that Dan Snyder could be waiting on to post the bill? Is that why this is dragging on? I don't know, but this is what we should have expected. We knew this thing wasn't going to end smoothly. We knew this thing was going to take a while. This was the projected timeline, though. Around late March, early April is when the sales should have been happening. So we're still online for that. But I thought maybe at the league meetings we were going to get some type of big break, or potentially even the sale being announced. But we're not getting that. And again, nothing under Dan Snyder has been smooth. So this should be nothing new that this is taking place right now. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Everything that I said, the article that I read to you guys, and just gave you my personal opinion on it. What do you guys think? Leave your comments and your thoughts down below. As always, me boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers. So please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. See you guys next time. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you popped.